eVidya Work Ethics, brought to you by Enable India and Tech Mahindra Foundation. When a company hires you, you are expected to do your job in the best possible way, keeping in mind the company and its clients. You are expected to perform. Performance is not just the accomplishment of your task. It is how you communicate, how disciplined you are, how reliable your work is, your ability to work in a team, your willingness to learn, and many such things. For example, for a salesperson, it is the way he carries himself, his knowledge about the product, the way he speaks with his customers about the product, his determination to make a sale, etc. The sale of the product is the direct outcome of this performance. Jitin is a visually impaired individual who works for a bank. Jitin has been on the job for 5 months. His job role as recovery caller involves making calls to clients to ensure they pay their credit card dues on time. One day, Jitin meets his co-workers Anand and Sriram during lunch break.
Hey Anand and Sriram, why do I always find that you guys are arguing?
We were not arguing, Jitin. Just discussing. We want to get basic information about performance criteria in our company. We still have some doubts, so we're just talking about that.
Performance criteria? What is that, Anand?
Jitin, you know how we're supposed to do our job? What is expected from us by the company?
Didn't we already receive training for a month in order to do our job? What exactly do you mean, Anand?
Yes, Jitin. But we were trained only in what to do, but our job doesn't end there. The company expects overall performance.
Yes, Anand. But what is the difference between working and performing? It's all the same.
Performance is not just doing your job, it's also how you do it. For example, how punctual you are, how good we are at teamwork, whether you keep to deadlines, targets. They are all a part of your performance in the company.
Yes, Anand, but things like discipline and communication skills are expected of you in any workplace.
Exactly, Jitin. Performance criteria differs from job to job and client to client. Our first challenge is to identify these things. Our supervisor, with his experience, will be able to tell us how we're doing and also give us tips for improving our performance. There are some performance criteria specific to your job. Do you know what they are for your job in our company?
No idea, Anand.
You have to find out what these are and work towards it. So how are you going to find out, Jitin?
By joining you and Sriram in the discussion.
But Jitin, we are just learning. And our process is different from yours. Your list of performance checks may be different. I suggest that you also talk to your team leader.
So, Anand, what did you learn when you met the supervisor?
Lots of things, Jitin. One important point that we learnt is, performance is not something we can achieve overnight. We must be willing to put in a sincere effort and be open to learning new things all the time, open to change and open for discussions.
From this conversation, we realized that every company has a set of expectations from every employee. The employee not only does work for the company, but also represents the company and the ideals of the company. Every company wants to set good standards. The employee has to match those standards. You have to understand rules, targets, and many other processes. You cannot wait for something to go wrong and then say, but I did not know. It is your duty to find out how to be a good employee. Next day, at lunchtime, Jitin asks his co-worker sitting next to him.
Hey Murli, shall we go down for lunch?
Sure, but I have to meet Kishore to get some feedback. Do you want to join me?
Kishore, the supervisor?
Yes, I remember him saying that we can personally meet him and ask for feedback.
But Murli, didn't we learn all that we needed to do our work during our 1-month training?
Yes, but I did not understand few things clearly. I don't want to wait for anything to go wrong.
Murli, I think I'll just go for lunch. You go ahead.
Alright, see you later, Jitin.
Jitin realizes that he was also confused about a few things. He had also not understood a few things during training. But will this have an effect on his work? All these words, targets, leave process, were all so new. He thinks to himself, maybe I should also find out. When he comes back from lunch, he still finds Murli working at his desk.
Hey Murli, you've not had lunch. Aren't you going to eat today?
I will go, Jitin, but only after I finish this. I just got an important feedback from my supervisor. Gosh, it has really saved me and the company from making a mess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he told me that I was good at talking to the customer and recovering the money, but I have not been closing the call after the customer has paid.
That's all? It's okay, yaar. You can always close it later. The money has come now.
No. That is what I thought. But you know that one of our field officers visited the person's house because he thought the money was still pending. So embarrassing. We had to send an apology letter. The client had made his payment, but I had not closed the issue.
Oh, okay.
If I go on making this mistake, I will not only cause trouble for the bank, the field officer, the poor client, but my overall performance will be judged as poor. I am glad I went to the supervisor for feedback and learned this before our next training. Besides, he was also talking to me about interacting more with the team.
What? What do you mean, Murli? You are so friendly with me.
No, see, I don't mix too well with everyone. I don't participate in discussions.
So what is wrong with that? Murli, how does that affect your performance?
No, Jitin, it is very important to mix with the team, have discussions, and participate in whatever is happening. All this is a way of measuring our teamwork. I will really have to work on these skills. My supervisor said I have to be proactive.
Proactive? What does that mean, Murli?
Proactive means to actively take part or do things even before you are asked to do it. It means action, not reaction.
As he went about his work the following day, Jitin finds that he is only thinking of feedback, performance, proactive. He then realizes that there are so many forces and energies that we need at workplace, not just to come and sit at our desk and finish the work. It was quite exciting to be a part of all this energy.
Hey Murli, how is work going?
Hey, going good, Jitin. Where are you going?
Oh, I'm just going to meet my supervisor. He has a meeting at 3, so I have to hurry.
Oh, okay. But Jitin, didn't you meet him just a few days ago?
Yes, Murli, but I have to ask about my targets and clarify some doubts about leave rules. And I also want to get feedback on the past week's performance.
Wow, Jitin. Looks like you're really taking an effort for the company.
Oh yes, of course, Murli. It's not just that. I feel so much more involved in my work after I started taking feedback and paying attention to my performance. I love the challenge, Murli.
That's great to hear, Jitin. Good luck with Mr. Sai. Now go soon or you may miss him.
See you, Murli.
So, what should you do at your job? Understand the performance criteria for your job. Understand how to achieve such a performance. Do your work by learning, improving, and taking feedback. And Be proactive. What shouldn't you do at work? Don't sit back and wait for things to happen. Don't think work is only about what you are doing at the desk. Don't wait for reaction. Believe in action.